police treating the explosion as a possible act of terror, among other possibilities, saying that they believe it was an isolated incident, but are taking no chances.
The man who rented that truck was 37-year-old Matthew Livelsberger, an Army veteran from Colorado who was in the driver's seat when it blew up. In New Lisbon,
everybody is terrified.
Neighbors on West Bridge Street tell WISC-TV they are unnerved after 2 juveniles and an adult were found dead in a home Monday evening. New Lisbon police say one juvenile first went missing Sunday night. The second disappeared Monday morning. Police still searching for a person of interest, 47-year-old Virgil Thu. He's considered armed and dangerous. For photos of Thu, visit our website, WTMJ.com. The trend of Milwaukee craft brewery closures from 2024 is carrying over into the new year.
City Lights Brewing Company says their last day of operations will be Saturday. Brewery leadership says the decision to close comes after numerous challenges made it unsustainable to continue the business. City Lights in May had suspended wholesale distribution while the company planned for a rebrand. The news follows the closure of multiple Milwaukee craft breweries in 2024, including Company, Mobcraft, and Enlightened. The City Lights tap room will be open for business Friday as well as Saturday before operations shut down. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Harassment and death threats lead to a show cancellation at Anime Milwaukee.
The convention in March will no longer have a burlesque show after the event producer and convention chair received ongoing harassment online, including death threats. Anime Milwaukee Director of Communications Luke Marsden told WTMJ in a statement, the convention first received repeated complaints about the event producer and the convention's compensation practices for performers. Marsden says the claims were unfounded and promptly clarified by Anime Milwaukee. The harassment then started from a small group of burlesque performers based in the upper Midwest. Jessica Gatzo, WTMJ News.
A victory rally will be held by President-elect Trump the day before his inauguration, January 19th at Capital One Arena. The rally will include featured speakers, though a list of speakers was not provided. Time for news about your money in the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The markets have turned down now. The Dow is off 32 points. NASDAQ down 2. S&P 500 down a point. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor living unlimited. WTMJ News Time, 10:05.
Hi, folks. This is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. With colder weather in the forecast and no festivals to attend, our showroom is a year-round festival the whole family will enjoy. Read our reviews. Our store has it all, including the finest lighting and ceiling fans available, such as Visual Comfort, Hubbardton, Tech, and hundreds more at unbeatable prices. I guarantee it. If it's repairs or lampshades you need, we have all that too. There's also unique sports and historical items, neon lights, slot machines, and much more for sale. You'll find fun for the kids and our famous free popcorn. BBC is open Monday through Saturday and located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue near Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
By now you've probably figured out what's most important to us at Semperfi is our reputation. Building a great character-driven remodeling company is actually quite easy. It's just the first 20 years that are a bit challenging. Great companies are collections of great people, and we have great people. They're the ones that helped us build our reputation, but they only come after you've built something they want to be part of. We don't necessarily have to look for good people. They come to us. And that's what you want when you hire an exterior remodeling company. Someone who's going to stand behind their work, and a company that is truly proud of their people. And it's because they do great work. And when you're ready, we'll do great work for you too. This is Brad Youngluth with Semperfi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semperfi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semperfi.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Packers continue preparing for the regular season finale Sunday, battling Caleb Williams and the Bears from Lambeau. Green Bay coming off a close loss to the Vikings, but already have a playoff spot, 11-5. They'll hit the road to play the Eagles, Rams, or Buccaneers in the wild card round. Bucks tonight take on the Nets from Fiserv Forum. College ball, Milwaukee visits Oakland tonight. Tomorrow night, number 8 Marquette hosts Creighton, and Wisconsin plays host to Iowa. Badgers sports updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited. Siding and a whole lot more. Taking a look at the roads now with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. No major crashes out there. A couple vehicles, it looks like they are off right. One is going to be I-794 east at the ramp from Lincoln Memorial Drive, blocking the right shoulder. I-94 east at the ramp from Moreland Road, also right shoulder blocked due to a disabled vehicle there. Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Cloudy and 30 today. Should clear up overnight with a low of 17. Mostly sunny, breezy tomorrow, high 24. Sunny on Saturday, 23 for the high. Clouds moving in on Sunday, still cold with a high of 25. And then a slight chance of snow on Monday with a high of 29. 23 in Madison, 21 in Green Bay, 25 in Milwaukee. I'm Connie Weber. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:08.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, it's time to fast forward. Welcome to the future of almost everything in Wisconsin on the Upswing. Presented by Horicon Bank, the natural choice for all your banking needs. Joining WTMJ's Jeff Sherman, here's Martin Moore.
I've been to the year 3000, and not much has changed, but they lived underwater. And your great
Good morning, Wisconsin. Good morning, Milwaukee. Happy New Year. Always a festive greeting, isn't it, Martin Moore?
Yes.
Nobody gets mad at saying Happy New Year.
Nope, they don't.
I'm thankful we had a nice break, some time with family and friends, a little bit of a downtime. I've had some time in the office, moved some big projects forward that I'm working on, which is a whole lot of fun. But I truly hope your holidays were great. A big thank you to Pat Miller for bringing his small business insights to the Upswing last week and on Monday. Today, it's the future of almost everything. Martin Moore joins. No Steve Glynn this year. He's got a couple new adventures. We'll continue to work together, probably collaborate on some things in the new year, but he's moving on from the show. We're going to miss him. He'll be here in spirit, but we're thankful for his time and insights last year. Speaking of the new year, just quickly here, Americans are predicting some challenges in 2025. I like to look at the Gallup poll numbers as you head into the new year, and they do regular surveying on Americans' thoughts for the new year. 66% of U.S. adults expect gains in the stock market in 2025. That's a pretty easy one.
Yeah.
54% think there'll be increasing or full employment as we head into the new year. And 52% predict reasonable price growth, which, again, is pretty easy. But the majority of U.S. adults think 2025 will be a year of political conflict, economic difficulty, international discord, and kind of increasing power for China and Russia. And people are worried about the federal deficit rising. So, hey, Happy New Year to you, Martin.
Like 85% of that is already predictable.
Yes, very much so. One thing, though, that is very predictable, sometimes, other times not, is technology. So that's what we're going to do today. Tips, tricks, and trends for tech in 2025. Later in the show, Dwayne Moss, who is the president of MC Services, an IT services and solutions company located here and in Chicago, is going to join us. Dwayne spent years at Apple, so has some pretty good insights as to what's coming next at Apple. But first, let's go the first two up of the new year.
Now it's time for the two up on the Upswing.
First up, you may not have been paying a ton of attention to your phone in the news over the break, but I wanted to remind you the parking scam that is out there with the City of Milwaukee Department of Public Works saying, continue to be on alert about a recent parking scam targeting residents. I've had a lot of friends. Martin, did you get this over the break at all?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't want to click on anything. The City of Milwaukee is not going to text you and ask for a payment for an overdue parking ticket. Even though you might have some overdue parking tickets, take care of those online, or you can call 414-344-0840. But if you believe you may have fallen victim to this ongoing scam that is kind of haunted, I mean, I don't know if there's a data breach or what, but we haven't found out everything yet, but there is a scam around parking tickets that is invading our phones. Second up, is breakfast busting the budget? Wall Street Journal yesterday had a big story about the most important meal of the day isn't likely to get cheaper any soon. Commodities like beef and eggs are getting more and more expensive, but coffee is getting more volatile as we get into the new year. Store-bought coffee grounds have jumped 11% in price over the past year to an all-time high. Orange juice is up over 90% over the last 5 years. Eggs, everyone's complaining about eggs, but I'm looking at eggs between $4.99 and $9.99 in the stores.
Who pays $9.99 for eggs?
You know, the organic ones, the cage-fed ones, you know, but $5.77 is the average. We went to the Plaza. Have you been to the Plaza lately in downtown Milwaukee? We had breakfast there as a family. Our bill was $76.97, almost $20 a person. So it's good to see that some of these prices aren't coming into the restaurants quite yet.
Sure.
But, you know, $20 a person for breakfast.
That's a bunch.
It's a bunch, but it was all in. We ate well on New Year's Eve and had a good time. But something to keep an eye on as we head through the new year, prices of our breakfast. It's not getting any cheaper. But coming up next, we'll save you some money at Mineshaft, the Mineshaft giveaway. This is the Upswing, and you're listening to WTMJ.
The Political Power Hour with Steve Scafidi.
Will it be too disruptive to come in fast and furious day one or week one of the second Trump administration and totally blow up significant pieces of the Wisconsin economy? That's the tough part.
Hearing from political experts from across Wisconsin and beyond.
And the impact to that won't be seen until afterwards, depending on how far the Trump administration goes on this.
Weekdays from 9 to 10 on WTMJ.
Founded by inventors, fueled by community, and focused on business. This is WTMJ's Jeff Sherman speaking on behalf of my good friends at Horicon Bank. Horicon Bank has been doing banking differently since 1896. How? Your financing requests, they can be approved in days. You don't have to wait weeks because your banker understands you and your business. Service and products go hand in hand, providing top-notch products to meet your cash flow needs. Horicon Bank, they get the job done. Together, doing good, that's their vision, and they're committed to doing what it takes to help your business grow. Horicon Bank, truly the natural choice. Member FDIC.
Just like most cars and trucks can't run without oil, no person can function without food. That's why through March 1st, the Auto Dealers of Metro Milwaukee is contributing $1 from every oil change to Feeding America, Eastern Wisconsin. Every dollar provides 3 healthy meals. Over the past 14 years, Adam has provided more than 2.6 million meals to people in southeast Wisconsin. And now the need is greater than ever. Find a participating Adam dealer near you at adamm.com.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, joined by Martin Moore. First, let's give away a gift card to the Mineshaft restaurant in either beautiful downtown Hartford or just off Highway 41 near the EAA in Oshkosh. Both locations are full of creativity. The dining rooms, you can explore them. That's why they call it the Mineshaft. Lots of opportunity to explore. Super affordable, a ton of fun, and really family friendly. Our kids love it. Your kids will love it. The grandkids love the world-class game room, quietly set aside, conveniently set aside from the dining areas. Kids under 5 eat for free Monday through Thursday from the kids menu. And every Thursday, when you buy one pizza, you get a second pizza for free. Caller number, let's do caller number 6 at 855-616-1620. Caller number 6 gets a gift card to the historic Mineshaft. All right, Martin Moore, did you get any new technology for Christmas or the holidays this year?
I got a new car. That was about it.
Oh,
I don't do gifts. I don't want gifts. So I typically don't get anything, but I did get a new SUV, Hyundai Tucson, which is like, it's like from the future.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about the CarPlay and the integration in tech and cars in a bit. But every December for the past decade, Joanna Stern, who is at the Wall Street Journal, puts together this list of tech that will change your life. So we're going to use her list as a bit of inspiration for our show today. Her first point in this ongoing annual list that Joanna Stern puts together at the Wall Street Journal is agent provocateur. And she's saying that every big and small tech company will hype up the promise of AI agents this coming year. Mm-hmm. So far, obviously, generative AI has mostly been about creating texts and images and videos. But the next evolution is going to be kind of providing us with agents to get stuff done.
Love it.
What do you think?
I like it. And I really do think we're going to see that evolve this year. One example of that I've really been enjoying is there's this dude on YouTube, and he created this you can YouTube it, this like AI generated old lady, like a granny, who basically answers scam phone calls and then keeps the person on there, and she'll be like, how do I get my password, and like just keep asking questions. And the whole idea is that the longer that this AI granny can keep the scammer talking to her, they can't call you and scam real people.
That's right. And the more data you can get and the more opportunity there is to provide a solution.
But I think you're going to see all kinds of agents doing things, booking travel for you, banking, customer service. And I think it's going to be a lot more not only believable who you're talking to, but it's going to be a lot more useful. It's not going to be one of those things where it says, what do you want us to do? And then you type it in fully knowing the loop that you're going to go to. Mm-hmm. So I think it's going to be a lot more useful.
Yeah, very good. So the next point is go AI gadgets. How will AI impact our homes? Apple is set to release a 6-inch smart home display, according to reports from Bloomberg. Kind of think about, an iPad for your kitchen or living room wall with a big emphasis on Siri and Apple's new intelligence. How do you think AI will continue to integrate our homes?
I think it's going to get a lot smarter with just energy efficiency. Our house, our garage door, all of our lights, our doors to get into the house, our heated blanket for our bed, our TVs, everything is on Apple HomeKit. And so the more automated you can get that with scenes and automations and AI sort of learning your habits, the more energy efficient you can get with your HVAC, your electricity, all those sorts of things. And so I think that's where you're going to really see things like Apple Intelligence and Google AI in the home be very, very useful and just saving you money and energy.
Yeah, and I think Amazon will take its next AI step with Alexa, too, to make that more. I mean, Alexa is great for what it does, but we'll see even smarter versions of the Echo speakers and kind of deeper, more seamless interactions with. It's not just a voice assistant, but it will help you do things in and around your home.
Tasks, grocery shopping, just all the stuff you see at like the World's Fair, that the house of the future. AI is really gonna help with that, and that's just the speakers. Just wait till robots and all that stuff.
Oh yes. And then next, before we head to the break, TikTok goes the TikTok ban. What do you think about? Obviously, in 2020. Trump moved to ban the Chinese-owned app TikTok, and now he's opposing the Biden administration's efforts to do just that. Last week, he said that it's a unique medium for freedom and expression. I think they'll step back from a complete ban, but what's the solution for data protection?
That's a tough one. The ban, I've went back and forth on this many times, which is totally fine. But I don't think they're going to ban it. But the data stuff, here's the thing. Our data is getting breached and everything. AT&T, it happened in Facebook. It happens with credit cards, Equifax. TikTok isn't just some anomaly that we should be worried about. Our data every day we get a letter in the mail or we see on the news some massive data breach. And so I think there's a broader conversation that needs to be had on protecting consumers and protecting the American citizens from their data getting leaked on what feels like weekly basis. So it's not just TikTok.
Yeah.
It's a threat.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Tech that will save and change your life in 2025. Martin Moore, Jeff Sherman, this is The Upswing, and you're listening to WTMJ.
Hey, John Mercure here for Experience Wisconsin. You know the show. It's a lot of fun. It's Saturdays. It's Saturday afternoon, and we spin you around the state, introducing you to some of the cool people, some of the cool places, some of the stuff you can spend your time doing, whether you're looking for a weekend idea, a week-long idea, or maybe you just have a couple of hours free on a Saturday or a Sunday. This week's show is going to be fantastic. One of my favorite places is south of the city. It's Lake Geneva. We will be joined on Experience Wisconsin by Stephanie Klett, the lady in charge of Visit Lake Geneva. It's Experience Wisconsin on WTMJ.
I'm WTMJ's Sandy Max. What makes living at Three Pillars so special? Let's hear from my friend Dave.
The campus is beautiful. For me, nature is my church, and I love being outside. We live by the Bark River, and it's calming. It just calms my soul. I just love it. A lot of the people, I'm talking about 100-year-old people, they credit Three Pillars with living longer.
Schedule a tour today at threepillars.org.
Do you know or work with kids who have special healthcare needs? Help them live their best lives. Contact Wisconsin Wayfinder Children's Resource Network. Our specialists will connect you with services in your area. Wisconsin Wayfinder is free and confidential. Call 877-947-2929 or visit dhs.wi.gov/WISCWAY. Connect today. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Excel Custom Decks. I at least like to think I'm an expert when it comes to football, but I know Excel are truly experts when it comes to the art of deck building. With the finest materials and products combined with their superior craftsmanship, they'll deliver exceptional quality and value on everything from backyard decks to pergolas and outdoor kitchens. If you can dream it, Rob and his family can build it. Family-owned Excel Custom Decks delivers decking excellence by design. Visit excelcustomdecks.com to learn more.
You're right, and I'll agree. It does sound too good to be true, but offering you affordable treatment that alleviates pain, which really does work, that we've seen in most cases insurance paid for in full, is a definite reality. It's pain relief, really. And these are FDA-approved treatments. They're safe and proven to reduce inflammation and alleviate pain. Yeah, you'll have to get a couple of shots, and I know that can scare people. But the needle is extremely small. And after giving shots like this hundreds of thousands of times, you'll see we make it very easy. You're going to feel the relief that our powerful pain relief agents give you. They're pain relief drugs that solve pain problems. And the way I feel is that Rejuvenex should be the first stop for anyone living with pain in shoulders, hips, elbows, and knees. At $65 per joint, per injection, it's probably the most affordable pain relief option available that actually works.
Rejuvenex. Alleviate your pain. Rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex Google reviews will tell you more.
Welcome back to The Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, joined by Martin Moore in studio this morning, talking our top tech tips for 2025 and looking into some tech that could change your life in 2025. Martin, what do you think about EV sales as we head into the new year? A lot of predictions out there that EV sales could hit a little bit of a slump. You see the incoming administration kind of planning to deliver a powerful, maybe a 1-2 punch to electric vehicle sales in the U.S., saying, all right, it's time to roll back the subsidies. And, also kind of looking at what impact tariffs could have on goods from China and elsewhere that specifically help to drive sales of the batteries that are in our EVs.
Sure. There has been a slump in like the last quarter of 2024 in EV sales. But overall, they're up, and gas vehicles continue to trend down. I mean, they're obviously the future, but there's definitely a lot of things that are going to go into play as far as just EVs continuing to become more and more ubiquitous. Obviously, interest rates don't help. Obviously, tariffs wouldn't help. It's still a little bit difficult to get chipsets and manufacturing and all that sort of stuff. Range anxiety is still a problem. The charging infrastructure, charging times are still a problem. And so they're still in their infancy. EVs and Teslas and all that stuff, it feels like, oh, they've been around forever. Right. But in the grand scheme of automobiles and the entire EV infrastructure, it hasn't been around that long. And the progress that they've made is actually kind of remarkable, especially when you look at a country like North America where we're heavy on SUVs and trucks. And so I think they're going to continue to trend upwards. They are. We'll see where it goes.
I think it's continuing to understand the real opportunity around domestic battery manufacturing. Sure. I think there's a huge opportunity there. But a great point as to the name recognition and the branding around Tesla and EVs has just been so strong. But we're in a very, very early phase.
Absolutely. And you look at companies like Hyundai, who I believe they set like a target goal for 2030 to be all electric vehicles. And I want to say half of their lineup has electric vehicles. We're starting to see a lot of more other manufacturers, the Honda Prologue, just getting in the game. And I think that's going to increase competitiveness. It's going to reduce prices and just overall make EVs more attractive for people, because I'm a huge tech guy, but I still have trepidation about getting one. Doesn't mean I'm not going to. But North America is also different. China, I think EVs rose 30% last year. They're growing in Europe. And so the United States is a little farther behind the world, but overall, in general, EVs are way up worldwide.
Yeah. Another thing on Joanna Stern's list at Wall Street Journal for tech in 2025 is health tracking, becoming more about longevity tracking. I mean, we all have Fitband or a Whoop band or your Apple Watch, but people want to increase their lifespans, right? And if you look at kind of the health span aspect of it, what do you think is coming from a tech standpoint with our health tracking bands?
Sure. I really think that in the next couple of years, we're going to see bands that can track blood glucose and a lot of other sort of chemicals in our body that translate into, cholesterol and diabetes and all those things that are obesity that are major problems for us. Apple's Apple Watch, the latest update, can do sleep apnea tracking. Can already do heart arrhythmia and all that kind of stuff. And so I think that's just going to grow, and people are going to start becoming more preemptive with their health care. We're a very reactive society, at least in the United States, and I think all the health trackers make us more proactive in our health instead of waiting till the last minute, waiting till we have type 2 diabetes, waiting till we're obese.
Well, and it's being able to form that partnership with your physician too. I think the data that we can get from technology, whatever platform you're using, can be delivered to your doctor or physician. 100%. Say, wow, look at my sleep, look at my resting heart rate, and just analyze this data for me before I come in for my annual physical. There is huge opportunity there.
And that's a great point, Jeff. And I'm surprised that we don't already do that.
ABC News and local headlines are coming up next. But first,
this is a special report from ABC News New Orleans attack. I'm Brian Clark. Authorities in New Orleans providing the latest update into the New Year's Day terror attack. They say 14 people were killed after a man drove a pickup truck down Bourbon Street. The FBI's Deputy Assistant Director Christopher Reyes said,
"This was an act of terrorism. It was premeditated and an evil act."
He says they are surging resources to the area to continue the investigation as questions continue in New Orleans, says ABC's Whit Johnson.
Now, growing questions about security and why bollards and barricades were not properly set up. Officials say after multiple malfunctions, they were in the process of being replaced. Patrol cars were instead meant to block traffic. A tragic failure as the suspect was able to drive on the sidewalk.
The investigation continues into whether there was a connection between this and the explosion at a Trump hotel in Las Vegas. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:31. I'm Connie Weber. A man from Milwaukee accused of throwing his infant son against a wall while playing video games returns to court today. Prosecutors say Jalen White became frustrated during a game of NBA 2K in November, hurt the baby. He's being held on a $100,000 bond on child abuse and neglect charges. Gunfire rang out in Fond du Lac New Year's Eve. Police say shots were fired from at least one vehicle in the direction of several other cars near Brook and Western Avenue late Tuesday before the shooter ran off. Video footage shows possible bullet holes in a nearby residence, but nobody was hurt. The Waukesha girl killed in a car crash Monday night has been identified as 17-year-old Megan Voss. Her dog Blue was also killed in the crash at Sunset Drive and Guthrie Road. Makeshift memorials have been set up there and at her high school, Waukesha West. A 19-year-old arrested for causing the crash, booked for homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle. Time for some news about your money in the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Been an up and down day on Wall Street so far. Right now, the Dow is up 28 points, 42,572. NASDAQ up 69 at 19,380. The S&P 500 up 16 at 5,896. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Taking a look at the roads now with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic. Just one minor snag. This is going to be a disabled vehicle, and it is off right. I-74 east at the ramp from Lincoln Memorial Drive. Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Mostly cloudy today with a high of 30. Should clear up overnight with a low of 17. It's going to be sunny both Friday and Saturday, but cool and breezy. Friday's high 24, 23 on Saturday. Mostly cloudy and 25 on Sunday. Then a slight chance of snow, mostly to the south on Monday. A high of 29. 23 in Madison, 21 in Green Bay, 25 now in Milwaukee. I'm Connie Weber. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:33.
Founded by inventors, fueled by community, and focused on business. It's WTMJ's Jeff Sherman for Horicon Bank. They've been doing banking differently since 1896. Financing requests can be approved in days, not weeks, because your banker understands you and your business. Service and products go hand in hand. They provide top-notch products to meet your cash flow needs. And Horicon Bank gets the job done. Together, doing good. That's their vision, and they're committed to doing what it takes to help your business. Horicon Bank, truly the natural choice. Member FDIC.
Be the MVP of gift giving with a Milwaukee Bucks gift card. From exhilarating Bucks experiences to unforgettable Fiserv Forum events, your gift card recipient can score tickets to Bucks games and other events through the Ticketmaster box office. Shop exclusive gear at the Bucks Pro Shop or get a favorite snack at Fiserv Forum's concessions. It's a win-win gift that lets them choose their experience. To purchase a gift card, visit bucks.com/gift cards.
Hi, folks. This is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. Now that we're into the holiday season, it's time to celebrate with new lights and ceiling fans. And our huge award-winning showroom displays hundreds of the best quality lights and fans. There's not a brand we can't get, and our prices are the lowest, even lower than online. I guarantee it. And our knowledgeable staff is always here to assist you in making the right choices. If it's lampshades or repairs you need, we do all that too. There's something for everyone at BBC, including antiques, collectibles, fun for the kids, and our famous free popcorn. We are open Monday through Saturday and located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue, across from Sobelman's and Bachman Furniture, all near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, joined by Martin Moore, giving you some tips to make you a bit more tech savvy in 2025. Lists that can make you, hopefully a little safer, maybe a bit smarter, and hopefully a bit more AI savvy with whatever new device you got for the new year. So, Martin, as you look at kind of the next innovation around the AirPods Pros, they're moving in to really becoming a hearing aid. Somehow our 12-year-old at the Sherman family convinced Santa to deliver her AirPod Pros for Christmas, $249 retail. But
when did it be okay to spend $250
I don't know.
on one present?
I got to
for your
have a
kid?
conversation with Santa on that one.
I'm telling y'all,
but they
y'all
are
parents
they're
out there
really
right now
good.
have been duped by technology over the last 20 years.
Personally, I got to tell you, I really do like my Costs wireless earbuds. It's like $29.99. They work really well. They work with my phone. Done. But when you look at the AirPods Pro, one thing Apple's moving into is testing for hearing loss. What do you know here?
It's interesting, and I think it's going to be great for a lot of people who are hard of hearing or have hearing issues. They're clinical grade hearing aids. They've been approved by the FTC, or I can't remember who does that. But it boosts frequencies and makes sounds that are otherwise harder to hear, and music and TV and all that. And I think it's great for people. There's a lot of people that exist in this world that can't hear. My dad's hearing is starting to go. We all know somebody who has hearing issues, and I think it's great. And I'm hoping that competitors sort of can add this to their products and make hearing much more accessible for people.
Yeah, and it's another way for Apple to use Apple Intelligence. Obviously, you have to have the newest, latest phone for this innovation, but you can turn on your AirPod Pros into hearing aids thanks to the update. And that's what technology should do, is make our lives easier. Another thing I really like with Apple is Apple Passwords.
Yes.
And if you got a new iPhone or you're updating, make sure you turn on and use Apple's new password manager in iOS 18. It is, I think, the best password keeper that I've ever used.
I've been using it. All it really is what was in your settings. Using the iCloud's passwords, they've just made it into like an independent app, so it's easier to access and use. But it's great. Everything is either stored on device or securely in the cloud. I've been using it for probably like a decade, and it works fantastic. I never have to enter my password in. If you need a password, you can go in there and get it. If you want to change it, you can change it. And one of the best things is it tells you when your passwords have been compromised, when you're using like accounts that have the same password. And so I recommend it to everybody. I think it's great, and I've never had an issue with it.
And if you're going between devices, you can log in and you can press. You can see what your password is, too.
Exactly,
and then you can share it if needed. And there's family sharing as well. So it works really, really well. Another thing we were talking over the break, should we be concerned about data from phones being used to train AI?
Yes. I could go on a diatribe about this we don't have enough time. But I don't think the general public is really aware of AI training and generative AI and the amount of data that they've given to all of these companies like OpenAI and Apple and Google and everybody to train their models. And I think people don't care and they're complacent with it. But pictures of your kids, your dead pets, obituaries you've written, thoughts you've written, all of that stuff is being used to train AI models so that other people can create an image or some copy using bits and pieces of your kid's arm or nose or something that you wrote. I take issue with it. The biggest problem is it's already up there, so it's not like you can just flip a switch and turn it off. It's already been uploaded and used. But I definitely encourage people to when they're on social media, look at what they're posting, and if you don't want that to be uploaded and used, you can turn it off on Instagram, you can turn it off on Twitter, you can turn it off on everything. I have it all turned off.
Yeah, that's good. Also, another quick note I want to make is the iPhone stolen device protection. It's off by default. If you got your new phone, you got to turn it on. It's provided that you're running iOS 17.3 or later. You just go to settings and you make sure that the stolen device protection is on. It's there for your protection.
That's a big one. And one last one, if you just updated the new iOS 18.2, the Photos app, there's 3 settings that you'll have to go into that are automatically turned on, allows Apple to use your photos, to use AI to recommend other photos in your library. So that means you're giving Apple access to your images. If you're not okay with that, go into settings. You'll see them. There's like 3 settings you can turn off to not upload those to Apple.
All right, coming up after the break, Martin and I may not have all the answers around technology. So Dwayne Moss from MC Services is going to join us Dwayne worked at Apple back in the day and has a lot of interesting insights as to what's coming next with Apple and the technology world. This is The Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ.
Do you know how much money in your 401k or IRA is actually yours? Or will the government take a bigger chunk than you thought? Remember, you might still owe taxes on that money. I'm Tony Drake from Drake & Associates, and I believe it's your money and you deserve to know what's at stake. At Drake & Associates, we believe you deserve to keep more of what you earned. That's why we're here to help you navigate the confusing world of retirement taxes. We'd like to offer you our free Retirement Ready Toolkit. Right now, taxes are historically low, but they won't be this low forever. So text TAX to 414-409-9982 today to get your complimentary toolkit. That's TAX to 414-409-9982. You work hard for your money, and we'll work hard for you.
Drake & Associates is an independent investment advisory firm that offers different investment vehicles. All insurance products are backed by the issuing insurance company. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only.
Struggling with high cloud hosting costs and endless management headaches with your Microsoft Azure or AWS environment? Contact AmericanEagle.com for assessment and see how they can save you time and money.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for Tri-County Contracting. You want to know the price of a new roof on your home today? Well, it's easy. Just go to TriCountyContractingWI.com, click on the Instant Roof Quote button, put in your address and email, click the Show My Roof Price, and there you go. Zero wait time. There's your quote. You shop online for everything else. Who says you can't shop online for a new roof? Tri-County Contracting at WI.com. It's worry-free roofing, siding, and windows. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Hey, if you did not have your company holiday party in December, have it in January at the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club. Half your employees' dinners are free. WTMJ's John Mercure here. I know how crazy December can be, and you know how valuable your loyal, productive employees are. Show your appreciation with a world-class dinner at the Fox and Hounds. With the buy one dinner, get one free offer, half your employees' dinners are free. Whether you have 15 employees or 150, half are free, saving your company hundreds of dollars. The holiday decorations are still up, and they are spectacular. I love it. The 7 wood-burning fireplaces will keep your employees warm and cozy. It's fantastic. The Fox and Hounds, right there off Highway 167, 2 miles east of the famous Holy Hill Shrine. It is a gem. Book your company holiday party in January at the Fox and Hounds. Half your employee dinners are free, and they are going to love it. It's my favorite place. Reserve today. FoxandHoundsRestaurant.com.
Welcome back to The Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, joined by Martin Moore, and on the phone is Dwayne Moss, president at MC Services. MC Services is headquartered in Pewaukee, has offices in Chicago and Lake Bluff, Illinois, and Las Vegas. Comprehensive IT solutions. Dwayne, I appreciate your time this morning.
No problem. Pleased to be here.
All right. So Apple is going to flirt with a $5 trillion valuation this year. Already worth $3.9 trillion after a 35% surge last year. This morning, I'm seeing that Apple is offering discounts for its top-end iPhones and other products in China for the upcoming Chinese New Year celebration. So it'll be interesting to see how Chinese sales go for Apple in the new year for sure. But I know, Dwayne, you've been in the technology world your entire career. You worked at Apple back in the day. What are some of your predictions for Apple for 2025?
Well, one of the things that they've been talking about for a while, and I think it's finally going to come out, is the Smart Home Command Center, where most people are saying it'll be like a HomePod, and that's been a moderately successful product. It plays in the same line as a Sonos or something like that, where you can play your music off of it and stuff like that. But they're talking about putting a display on it so it can control other things in your environment. Like we all, have like Ring doorbells and Nest thermostats and stuff like that. And, you're controlling them from your phone. And now what they're talking about is putting it together, this home management network thing where it would all be controlled by one thing. You could see your cameras on there and stuff like that. So that will probably happen this year, and it could give that a big boost. Because it's been they started out with a large size speaker, which was really nice, but didn't have a lot of support, and then they went to the HomePod Mini, which it's kind of stuck there. But it's interesting that they're continuing to involve it to try and get it right.
Yeah. What do you see in terms of integration possibly into Apple TV and the Apple Watch, and even just kind of the next versions of the Apple Vision Pro?
The Apple Vision Pro, it's kind of interesting. I had read about it and heard about it, and I was like, I can't talk my wife into spending $3,500 on it, which I'm sure is familiar. But for my birthday, actually my family, my 3 daughters and 1 son-in-law, and I went down and we got a group demo at the Apple Store. We all had the Vision Pro on it. And I really recommend it because it's free and it really shows you what you can do. But that price is just there. Now, they've hinted, 2 things happened. There was a rumor going around that they pretty much stopped production of it right now. But if they got that down into a $19.99 price point or something like that, I think it would be phenomenal. But not too many people have seen it, and the people that have seen it, some of them are really blown away. But they just that price point is so high. It's a really decked out laptop price. And it isn't like your fun money, I guess.
Yeah. Martin, what do you see for next phase for the Apple Vision Pro?
I think they're going to have to make a cheaper version. I don't think that, the $4,000 price point is sustainable. Yeah. It's like a Ferrari. Do I like Ferraris? Are amazing. Yes, it's great. I would love to have one, but I'm not going to drop, $250,000 or whatever they cost on one. Same thing with an Apple Vision Pro. It's neat. But how many devices do we need to work, to check our email, to hop on Facebook, to play Candy Crush, to watch movies? And it's a hard sell because Apple offers an iPad, a MacBook, an iPhone, an Apple Watch. And to offer something that at that price, it's a difficult sell. So I think they're going to have to make it cheaper. I think it will get cheaper. I don't know $19.99. I think that's a really tough price point. But I think if they could get it somewhere around maybe like, $24.99 or something like that, I think we could see it become more ubiquitous.
When we come back from the break, the importance of upgrading operating systems. This is one that I think we all overlook a little bit. Oh, I can put that off. I can put that off. No, you shouldn't. This is The Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ.
When we're out in your town, come say hi to us as we broadcast live from the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin mobile studio.
Anytime you hear us when we're out on the road, you can find us live from our brand new mobile studio.
Whether it be Summerfest, EAA, Opening Day, Air and Water Show, wherever we may be, you can see us on the radio, live from the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin mobile studio.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
Wisconsin's radio station.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
WTMJ.
Founded by adventures, fueled by community, and always focused on business. This is WTMJ's Jeff Sherman speaking on behalf of my friends at Horicon Bank. Horicon Bank has been doing banking differently since 1896. How? Your financing requests, they can be approved in days. You don't have to wait weeks because your banker understands you and your business. Service and products go hand in hand, providing top-notch products to meet your cash flow needs. Horicon Bank, they get the job done. Together, doing good, that's their vision, and they're committed to doing what it takes to help your business grow. Horicon Bank, truly the natural choice. Member, FDIC.
Politics, work, daily stressors. Let's take a break from all that and get centered. Christ-centered. I'm Pastor Tim Butker. Join me each week for Christian Crusaders, a broadcast that highlights the gospel, the good news of Jesus, and our belief in the authoritative Word of God. Christ-centered, gospel-oriented, Bible-based Christian Crusaders. Please join us Sundays at 6 a.m. on WTMJ. We'd love to have you worship with us.
When you're due for tire service, visit richlawns.com for the location nearest you.
We'll give you a free flat tire repair on every tire we install. No questions asked. I'm Brett Matchke with Rich Lawns. You're due for service.
Rich Lawns.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here for Shopco Optical. Start the new year right. Use your vision benefits and schedule your annual comprehensive eye exam. You can check out new frame styles and order your annual supply of contact lenses all in one place. Shopco Optical is committed to quality eye care and will create personalized vision solutions tailored to your specific vision and lifestyle needs. New year, new you, new style. Call Shopco Optical or visit shopco.com to schedule an appointment at a location nearest you.
If you're living with joint pain in your shoulders, hips, elbows, and knees, and you have Medicare or Medicaid insurance, coming to Rejuvenex to solve your pain problems is something you should strongly consider. First off, because our FDA-approved pain treatments have been shown in many cases to be highly effective at reducing inflammation and substantially alleviating pain. Secondly, Medicare and Medicaid cover Rejuvenex treatments, so your cost could be nothing, or next to nothing at all. Chronic pain will only worsen with age. This leads to a far more compromised lifestyle, depression, and soon they start talking surgery. And then what? You have to get in front of arthritis and chronic pain, because the sooner you do, by letting us begin to calm those pain points, the better. I'm Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas, and we can alleviate your pain so you can rejuvenate your life.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your free pain evaluation.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, joined by Martin Moore and Dwayne Moss from MC Services. Now they have new technology in your house from holiday gifts. So, Dwayne, Apple just released the third revision of its new operating system, Sequoia. What's the importance? It pains me when people don't update their operating systems. What's the importance of always administering these incremental updates as they come?
Yeah, well, 5 years ago, I'd always tell people, wait until we check it out. Now I tell everybody, if you see the downloads available, update it, because the hackers are out there and, they're just attacking everything they can get. And the reality is, like I run beta software all the time to check that out for people, and by the time they're releasing it, they're usually very well shot out on it. It's pretty stable at that time, and it has the security updates. That's the biggest thing now. You want to get those security updates.
Yeah, so the big change in the upgrades has been that they're about security, not about all new things coming, where we shouldn't be cautious, but we should integrate them because they're helping save our data.
Yes. Like the last update, 15.2 to Apple's Sequoia OS, it had security updates, and the other big thing was the intelligence, but you had to say you would turn that on. So if you didn't want to turn on the AI, you didn't have to.
Yeah. Quickly, what is Intel inside our Macs? Is that dying?
Oh, inside the Macs, it's dead.
Okay.
They haven't shipped a Mac since 2020. And kind of interestingly enough, Microsoft does not ship Intels inside their computers anymore. All Surfaces are now what they call Copilot ready. They're using the same type of chip that Apple is using. It's based on the ARM. And I don't want to get too technical,
right,
but it's going to be changing over for PCs now. If you go to Dell's site, HP's site, Lenovo's site, you'll see options for the Qualcomm Snapdragon chip, which you if you've got an Android, you probably have that chip in your phone. And it's just a new generation of chip that uses less power and has very, very good performance. And it's also interesting, Apple's chips, the M4 and coming next year, the M5, they're kind of crossing over because they're starting to market that as a server chip to compete against NVIDIA's chips, because they're about half the speed of NVIDIA's, but they're only about a quarter of the cost. So depending on, in all these AI data centers now, they're taking so much power.
Yeah.
Anything you can do to cut down the power requirements is useful, because Google and Microsoft, they're talking about, Google bought the 3 Mile Island nuclear power plant to power their data center.
Yeah.
So
lots of changes coming for sure. I appreciate your time this morning, Dwayne. Have a great new year, and I appreciate your time giving us updates on the ever-changing world of technology. Quick reminder, Apple TV Plus is ringing in the new year with a free weekend of service this weekend, January 3rd through the 5th. So if you have Apple TV at home, Apple TV Plus is free on whatever device you use. This is the Upswing. Coming up next, Wisconsin's